Alright, so to continue from last video, this is my second level, which is essentially just survive till the timer ends. If it ends, then you go to the demo scene. Demo scene literally just has a tank and a missile, because that's what I was testing. But I also have the end scene, so let me kill myself right now by having all of the guys just drop bombs on me. The bombs should be doing damage. There you go, you have failed. From you have failed, you just have to press space to go back to the very beginning. And to go over basically the whole process of the project on exactly what happened, which should be summed up as nightmare fuel anyway. Essentially, I started out with AI, and then speaking to you, and I believe his name is Brandon, I wanted to do neural AI, and then actually doing the research and trying to demo it was a complete disaster, only because it just was, so that was a big no-no. And then from that specific point, it went into trying to go with Jack on how to make particles, specifically without bringing in our own graphics API. And then from there, it was maybe get the small version of that and work on collidable 2Ds with Joe. But then, like, just talking to them, seeing as how crazy it all was, and doing my own partial research on it, late in the game, I switched to making a game, but from making a game, it went to my favorite class ever, known as Terrain, which included the whole iterator bullshit and the whole berry-centric fun stuff. Berry-centric took me just too damn long, and the iterator also took me too damn long, and I kind of needed both of those working in tandem, more or less, or at least berry-centric, so that things would hug the terrain and look natural as they followed / killed me. And then from there, it was just slap as much shit together and try to learn finite state machine. Um, and like regrettably looking back, a lot of the code that I did draft up and actually test wasn't really compatible with berry-centric, or at least the way I was computing berry-centric, or at least the way I was computing berry-centric within the actual game object, because multiplying the matrix C afterwards resulted in it either not moving or not turning, and I need both of those to function correctly um, for things like leading shot or the armor piercing itself. So that was slightly unnerving and disheartening to see all that code go to waste. But then from there, I went into grabbing as many models as possible and try to slap together a game. Some features, like within, I want to say the last half week, it was more of what features from my initial game can I cut, and that was score, even though I could have realistically just thrown score right back in there and just use command pattern to connect it all. But I forsake score just to get simple mechanics up and running, and from those simple mechanics came the very simple survivor mode and the search and destroy, both of which I believe I promised in my original GDD. From my original GDD, I forsake a bunch of stuff, like the advanced AI that I wanted to do. If you remember the meme we all made, or I mean Vadim made long ago with the picture of the FSM that I proposed, I started it, but then again, time constraints of half a week, I guess, just isn't fucking enough. Only because financing machines aren't my strongest suit. Uh, but yeah, realistically, past that, the whole health and ammo mechanic. Well, health is still there, but you just can't regain it. I have the model, and I was prepping the base class for it, but I was more focused on actually finishing 2 levels than getting health back. Past that, there was also the different types of ammo to make it easier to shoot down. I tested that earlier. Realistically, if I just made a cone instead of just trying to spawn multiple bullets at weird angles, that would have worked out so much better, but that was all beside the fact, and I just scrapped it all together. Um, yeah. there's no secret boy in the end for the whole centipede getting it in there. Realistically, I probably could have done it using the terrain cells and just patchworking what I had from centipede. Even though you probably wouldn't have liked that since my old centipede was broken. And, just, yeah. I really spent way too much time on terrain than I should have. And that's just pretty much it. I mean, I have the semblance of a game. It's definitely better than what I had, for Engine 1, since it's an actual game with a full loop. Uh, and yeah, really the biggest problem that I ran into was just me being stuck on terrain the most, and then me delegating time to other projects more than I should have. So if I see you next year, I see you next year, man. I'm gonna start every video next year with "I told you I wanted out." But yeah, peace out, dude. Oof.